Hey there, welcome to the 2-minute vinyl review number 15. I'm Sam the Record Man with Vinyl Junkies. Today, I guess I'll talk about the life of Scott Walker, who passed away at age 67 earlier. You'll probably, for those of you who really love music, you'll probably start seeing it all over the feeds, and, you know, it's not stuff that got played on the radio, so terms like Baroque pop will come up, and if you haven't heard the music, you'll ask yourself, you know, why is this guy coming up all the time? Well, he was a singular talent in music in the sense that he was complex and simple at the same time. He took elements and put them together in a way that they were never put together before. So you'd see lush orchestrations. If fans of Lee Hazelwood will definitely go for it. The reason it is that I would have a Beach Boys album is because when you're talking about Baroque pop, Pet Sounds is a record that comes up. Believe me, I wouldn't be surprised at all if Brian Wilson pays tribute at some point during the day, because he was a monster. Okay? Scott Walker was a huge deal. Never got played on radio again. If anything, I would say probably the biggest hit he ever had was when he was part of a group called the Walker Brothers. They had a bunch of singles, but their big single was The Sun Ain't Gonna Shine Anymore. Eventually, he went on to his solo career, and here's where I get into the discography that you might want. If you're looking for the quote-unquote Baroque pop part of things, you know, he went solo, and the first 4 albums are aptly named Scott to Scott 4. So those are very, those are basically, I would say, the place to start if you're really looking for a taste of his early genius, for sure. His earliest genius is the Walker Brothers, and he sounds almost naive, but you can see that he's just full of talent. Then all of a sudden, the first 4 solo records come in, and just a creative flourish. You see that he was a genius in the way he crafted music and the way he put things together, the way he produced it, the way he emoted his voice. Every part of it seemed purposeful. You go on through his career, and I mean, it gets weirder and weirder as you get old, as you really get on to the end. So this is for you other guys, let's say the metalheads or those who really like the off-center music. Scott Walker had plenty to offer there as well, in spades. I will point to a few. This is actually one of the last records he put out, which is a soundtrack, which is very string heavy, very emotive. You know, I think of Johan Johansson with a different voice, though. You'd be looking at something like that. Here's where it is. They got crazy. Okay, so we have Tilt, which might be a little more difficult to find, but this is a pretty popular one for the metalheads. It's a record called Souse that he put out with Son O, Stephen O'Malley. There you actually see the elements of just heaviness put together through that strainer of being able to have just this vision of music, and disparate elements come into it in a manner that any Sun fan will have never heard before. And that was the magic of Scott Walker. Those who really want to go over the edge and are looking for his Metal Machine music, like Lou Reed fans, or his Lulu, again, like Lou Reed fans, or any of those records where, you know, Arc Weld, which one is the really noisy one? All Distortion. Yeah, that one. You know, where people kind of say, well, this isn't music. Why is he releasing it? The record you see in the back there, Bish Bosh. That's the one. Difficult listen, but a worthy part of his catalog for those with more adventurous ears. Look, I'm just happy to have been able to speak a little bit about the music of Scott Walker. There will be a playlist. I encourage you to listen to it. Please tell us your favorite Scott Walker album so that the community can kind of share the moment, celebrate his music, and, maybe introduce somebody else to the cool shit you listen to. So, yeah, man, rest in peace, Scott Walker, 67. I'm Sam the Record Man. If you like this kind of content, please, you know what to do, subscribe, okay? Peace.